Hello, everyone. This is Freya coming to you with another just an audio podcast episode. I wanted to talk about something that is very dear to my heart. I am in the very blessed position that I can say that I do what I love most every single day. When I get out of bed in the morning, I'm energized. I'm excited about what's about to come. I'm excited about my work. I'm excited to connect with people because my passion is to help people become better singers, and my passion is music, to help people understand music. I am venturing more into the direction of getting back to my roots, meaning I want to focus more on creating more music. I have created so much in the past, but as some of you may know, I had twins last year. They're now just 15 months old, about to be 16 months, and starting to have a little bit more time to do some things that I didn't have the time ever since they were born. So creating more of my own music, and since the twins were born, I have not really done a lot of gigs, just a few here and there, because it's not anything I wanted. The life I wanted was just to have time for my babies. And I'm so blessed that I have worked hard for the past few years to turn my passion into a really thriving business. And now I can just sit here at home on my screen or in front of the microphone and talk to you about what we are all passionate about. And that's amazing. What I want to talk about today is a conversation I recently had with a friend of mine. I think I talked a little bit about it last time. I talk to a lot of people who claim that it is their passion to sing and that they would just give anything to turn that into a profession and to actually start making money, but they just don't know how, or they don't believe that they can make money with what their skill is. And if singing is your zone of genius, meaning you could do it all day and all night and you don't feel like it's work, and people have recently commented positive things about your voice, or your vocal coach, someone who knows something about singing or music, has approved of some skill level that you have to where it's obvious it's just a little bit better than average. And I assure you, sometimes it's enough to start out being better than average and work on it than being the amazing singer and then never work on it. There's a lot you can learn in singing. I've seen it over and over again. I would say anyone can achieve a certain level. Anyone at any age, any location, any voice type can learn to sing. Now let that sink in for a minute. I know that a lot of you out there feel like, well, I'm just not good enough and I will never be. But what is it that is deep inside of your heart? What is truly in there? Is it your passion to do more with your voice than just sing in the shower or maybe in a choir? Maybe there is a little bit more you would like to do with it, because singing is something, it gives you life. It's everything to you. It's such an important part of your life to where you feel like you can't do without it. And you have thought about this more than on one occasion. What if I could just turn this into a job? What if I could become a professional? And something I talked to a friend about is that she was brought up in a way that she was told, you either make it big as a musician, or if you're not making it big, like Celine Dion style or Sam Smith style, any of those really famous singers, if you don't make it big, then there's just no hope. There's no other way. But here's the thing. The majority of all the musicians on this planet are not the ones that you see on television and hear on radio all day long. It's the ones who do actually gigs, who entertain people, who sing in churches for every service or for every wedding, for every funeral. There are so many occasions when music is needed, and it's those musicians who are active every single day, every single week, who make a living off of that. They're never going to be known famously worldwide, but it's the majority of musicians work that way. Now you could say, what is success? Is it just performing in front of people, or is it just writing songs? It certainly shouldn't be just being famous like worldwide and touring, having huge, gigantic concerts, filling huge halls. That is not the definition of success. Now, my definition of success is if I do what makes me happy every single day and I leave a positive legacy, I help people in this world, that to me is success. So I feel like I've been very successful in what I do because I'm very happy. I do live a life that is truly the one that I dreamed of, and I'm still working on it every single day to tweak things to where it's more and more truly what I dream of every single day. But it's so close to my perfect life, but I've created it. And I want you to know that you can create that too. If singing is a part of that life and you want it to be part of that life to where it is more than just something you do after you come home from a job that might be draining you, that might be exhausting you because all you literally can think of when you sit there or when you do your job is, what if I could just sing now? That would be it. If I could just use my voice, if I could just listen to music, if I could just write songs, that would energize me the most. If that is you, and I can assure you, I know exactly what you're talking about because decades ago, I was sitting in a travel agency because I thought I needed a quote unquote real job. I was sitting inside of a travel agency doing my job. And, of course, back then I didn't think that it would be not traveling so much. I thought travel agency means you get to travel a lot, which you do quite a bit. But basically, you're sitting there in front of a computer booking trips for other people. And I always wanted to be those people who went on trips instead of the one who's just booking the trips. But while I was doing my job, I found myself resenting the job. Well, I loved doing it on the one hand, but on the other hand, it's because I had a greater passion for music and for singing. I found myself sitting there writing songs and thinking about like my boss would have the radio on all the time and it just got on my nerves because I felt like this is not the music I want to listen to. This does not energize me. I want to listen to this type of music. And it just annoyed me, honestly. I'm really good friends with my boss, even nowadays. And I can say that he's still sitting in the travel agency. And it's what he chose. It's what he wanted to do. It's his business. But I'm truly living the life of my dreams. Because back then I dreamed of this life. I didn't even dream this. It's so much better than what I ever dreamed of. And I want to encourage you to not give up your dreams. It doesn't even matter how old or how young you are. It's all possible. And if you are considering to maybe work with me on finding out how it is, how can you make your dream a reality, my Find Your True Voice workshop would be absolutely perfect for that. On July 1st and 2nd of this year, I'm going to run the second iteration of that workshop. I had that last one just a couple weeks ago, and it was absolutely amazing. I'm still in touch with every single one of the attendees, and they're doing wonderful things, wonderful projects, which some of those you're going to hear of. I'm going to talk about them more when things come to fruition. We are now in this month after the workshop, and I gave everyone work to do, and I'm going to hold everyone accountable, and I want to help you too. I want to help you find out what direction to go, find out what it is that makes you unique, what it is that you can do with your voice in order to turn your dream into a reality, which is using your voice to make a living and just filling the world with your music and make an impact. And to me, making an impact does not mean you need to be like wildly famous. Fame is really overrated because there is a lot of pressure that comes with it. It's so much better not to be as famous, but to be connected to the right people, to have the right audience, and to be able to just call your own shots. I never wanted an agent or a manager because of the fact that I love my freedom way too much. I want to be the one any day to decide exactly what it is that I want to do or don't want to do. If I want to start something new, or I want to quit something, or I want to change something, It's only up to me. I don't have to answer to anyone. I want to help you find out if you have that potential to become the singer who is much more serious, who's actually going to turn this into a profitable business and make an impact. If you want to talk to me about maybe this is right for you or not, first of all, you can visit the page where you find all the information about that workshop. And it's going to be masteryourvoice.tv/truevoice. And after reading that page, if you still are not sure, or you're like, I think this is what I want to do, I would love to hear your story. Write me an email at freya@masteryourvoice.tv. And I would love to hear your story, where you're at, and what it is that you would love to create. What is it? What is the life that you want to create? And I want to help you turn that dream into a reality. It's absolutely possible. Take it from me. I've been in the business for several decades, pretty much all my life. I was born into a family that, both of my parents were professional musicians. They made money. They were on radio, on television, made productions, live gigs, studio, orchestra, opera, all of that. So I pretty much know the business from the ground up. And I know there's so much to it, so much more than just what you see the famous people do. So much more. There's so much potential out there because the world needs more voices that have something authentic to talk and to sing about. And if you want to be another one of those authentic voices, I totally want to help you, because it would be sad if you stayed at that job that you might be resenting and all you could keep thinking of is, if I could just sing, that's all I ever want to do. Talk to me. I would love to hear from you and possibly have another story that you will tell in the future about how you turned your dream into a reality. Be blessed. Have a great day and talk soon.